What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. We are here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Wednesday, June 19th. Uh, my name is Chris Drummond. I am a freelance sports reporter based out of Minnesota here. I'm also a casino host. I'm also a proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I invite individuals on to talk about their why into their occupation and also get to know them outside of what they do. I got a special guest that's coming on with me today. It's always special anytime I get to talk to a collegiate athlete, but someone that's as talented as this one is, as she does track and field. She does the hammer throw, the weight throw, shot put. She's also a big advocate on fitness, lifestyle. She's a content creator. So without any further ado, I introduce to you Sabrina Oostberg.
Oh, my phone is not working. Give me 1 second. Can you hear me okay?
I can. Good morning. How we doing?
Good morning. Wonderful. I'm going to leave, then come back and see if that helps at all.
Okay. Once again, everybody, we just heard that was Sabrina Oostberg. She is college collegiate athlete at Belmont University, Belmont Bruins. So, we'll welcome her back into the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. Hello there. How we doing?
There we go. Now you can see me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good morning. It's wonderful to see your face. Thank you for getting up with me and coming on to my podcast. How we doing this morning, and how's your week going?
It's going very good. It's been very sunny and warm here in Nashville. I see you have a San Diego Padres hat. That's actually my favorite baseball team. So I'm smiling just seeing that hat on.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's where I grew up. I grew up in San Diego. So
Oh my
definitely,
God.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So that is my favorite team as well. So we starting this interview right. So I love that. I
Right.
love that.
What part of San Diego?
So my mother lived in Normal Heights. And then my dad, he lived in North Park, San Diego. So I went
Gotcha.
middle school out there, Taft, which is in Serra Mesa, and I also went to high school out there, which is Kearney High School, which was in Linda.
Mhm.
So yes, definitely have a lot of ties to San Diego. Also lived a little bit of my time in Mission Valley, if you're
Cool.
familiar with it. So yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
I know exactly where that is, especially the mall. Very popular
absolutely,
there.
no doubt, no doubt. So I want to reiterate why I wanted to bring you on here and talk to you a little bit. Um, I know you're a collegiate athlete right now. I know you do the
Right.
weight throw, the hammer throw, shot put. Those are the track and field events that you're in. I know you go to, like you said, in Nashville,
Right.
Belmont University. So you're a Bruin. But I know you started off at
Yes.
Austin Peay, if I'm not mistaken. You started off at Austin Peay
Right.
University. And I want to just talk to you because I'm a sports reporter. I love talking to people in sports. I love hearing about their why. I love to hear what you want to do post your collegiate career as well. And I know you're big on fitness and lifestyle because you content create on many different platforms. So I just want to be able to talk to you, kind of get to know you a little bit, and build a connection.
Yeah. Sounds awesome. First of all, that everything you just said is spot on. That's exactly me. You definitely did your research. So thank you so much. Just let me know which part you're interested in most, and I can start telling you all about that.
Okay, no question. So my first question, as I always have for my guests that's on here on my podcast, is what is your why? Right? What is your why of getting involved with sports? I believe that you're seeking a communication degree. I would love to know what exactly you would want to do with that, and what is your why of getting into track and field and sports?
Yeah, so I'm actually a sports administration major, so in communications, but more specifically focused. My why has changed throughout time. I feel like it's okay for that to change as you have different motives and different reasons for what you do. At first, when I created my social media account, that's really where my why developed. I made this fitness account to showcase my journey in CrossFit Olympic weightlifting. At first, it was just to document that. So that's why I did fitness, that's why all that, to just see my progress. And then it became, as you become more and more obsessed with fitness, whoa, I want to inspire other people to do fitness as well. And so I started changing my content and filming all of that so that people would be inspired by what I did. So instead of focusing my content on me, how can I make my content so that it impacts other people? And
Mm.
then now I'm in college and my whole journey changed. So now I'm not doing CrossFit Olympic weightlifting anymore. That kind of dramatically changed how I created content. Because if everything was around the gym, and now I go to the school where I'm not allowed to bring my phone in the gym, and that was 90% of my content, I had to pivot from how I created content to,
Sure.
okay, do I just stop making content or do I just change how I do it? So, okay, now I'm more relatable. Now I have more comedy in my content, stuff that aren't is not all involved in just the gym. And so that became more, how can I relate to people? And so now I deem myself the you're relatable D1 athlete on Instagram. And so as like different eras of my life has changed, I would say currently it's inspiring people to work out and still doing that with what I'm doing in all these realms of fitness. I tell people I wish I'm the influencer I wish I had when I was younger. Specifically, I'm a Latina. There's not a lot of Latina D1 athletes, especially on my team right now. I have a team about like 80 track and field athletes.
Sure.
Other than two girls from Spain, I'm the only Latina. And so
Okay.
I feel this need to be a representation for other people because no, when I was younger, I didn't see a lot of people like me doing what I currently am doing, especially being a strong female athlete with muscles. Sometimes I still get looked down upon sometimes when I post content. I'll have people say mean comments like that doesn't look right. Abs on girls is just not it. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I'm still trying
Right.
to shape these misconceptions and really be that role model for younger girls.
I love that. And now, sort of, I don't butcher your name. I know it's Sabrina, but is it Oostberg?
Oostburg, it's Dutch. You're close.
Oostberg.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Got you. Now, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of times where people have these misconceived perceptions of what beauty is and what a woman is supposed to look like, be like, and also, and to me, in my opinion, I think you look terrific. No
thank you.
question about it. No question. I think anytime that you work out, anytime that you have muscles, you're really obviously putting fitness first. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to be healthy. I don't understand why people don't think that that's not really the way to go. But like I said, perception sometimes is not always reality. I also love the fact you brought up being Latina. It seems like that's something that you're very proud of being, which is pretty obvious. I'm proud to be a minority in communications as well. So I
Right.
totally can relate to that because one of the reasons why I wanted to get into communications was not only a story tell, but also have more faces look like mine. To be able to have people come up from behind me and say, you know what, you can do this. This is something that you can do. This is something that black men who are not predominantly in this field can have an opportunity to do if they see somebody else like myself doing it. Because now I get questions from the high schoolers and the college players that I cover. Like, how is it, man? How is it covering this? How is it covering that? And I love that. And for somebody to be in track and field, as gifted as you are, it would be pretty cool if a younger girl, I'm not sure how many has, that's actually my next question. How many of the younger girls there in Nashville have came up to you and kind of talked to you about doing some of the events that you do?
Not specifically in person, but I get a lot of girls online reach
Okay.
out to me in my DMs. Hey, you're such a motivation to me. I have this problem in my school. I need help with my event. Do you have any advice? So I get a lot of girls reaching out for advice or just telling me like, hey, I really love your account. I love
Mhm.
all the content you make. And it really touches your heart and it
Sure.
gives you a deeper motive for what you do, especially knowing that I do a specific event where if you don't have a good coach, it's hard to learn and progress, specifically
Right.
in throwing, because not everyone knows how to throw, and it's a very niche sport. And it's
Right.
one of those things where either you have the good coach or you don't. And unfortunately, lots of people just don't because it's not that big of a sport. And
Right.
so that's why I know this fall I'm working on creating a camp. So I go around Nashville and teaching everyone in Nashville how to
Hmm.
do hammer throw, how to do just different throwing events, not just throwing, teaching them mindset, talking about their goals and motivations, what it's like to be an athlete, and just giving them all these different perspectives that they normally would not have the opportunity to explore.
Totally awesome. I love that. So we talked about it a little bit. You went to Austin Peay first, and then you transferred to Belmont. So tell me about that transfer and what led to that. But also tell me, outside of Austin Peay and Belmont, were there any other schools that you were looking at possibly going to before you decided on those two?
Well, that kind of dives into how I got there. So I'll explain a little bit more of the background. I never
Sure.
intended to be a Division 1 athlete for track and field. I'll just start off by saying that this was a complete God thing. And I would remember I was doing 4 different sports in high school: CrossFit, Olympic weightlifting, Spartan racing. And track
Wow.
was just something I did for fun because I wanted to make friends. I had just moved from California to Tennessee my junior year of high school. And so that's just something I did to stay involved with the school. And I remember the first day of practice, I went up to my coach. I told him, "Hey, I'm going to be your best 1 miler you've ever had." At the time, I had not been running for a year and I had a really big ego. And my coach started laughing at me. I said, "What's so funny, coach? What are you laughing at?" He said, "You
Right.
know what? You'd be a really good thrower." I'm just baffled. I'm like, "Throwing? What the heck is that? I don't know what that is." And
Mm-hmm.
then he was like, "Okay, go on a 3 mile run with the cross country team." I said, "All right, that's what we're talking about." I go on this run. I'm incredibly humbled. I'm huffing and puffing. By the end of the run, I officially retired from long distance running.
I feel that.
I said, okay, coach, you got me. Stay to track practice. I am now humbly a thrower." I said, "All right, you got me." 2 months later, after picking up shot put, I became top 6 in the state of Tennessee for shot put.
Okay.
Just picked up the sport. And from my performance at state, that's where Austin Peay found me. They saw how well I did because I was not on any websites to go to college. All those recruit websites, I wasn't on anything. The
Wow.
only reason that Austin Peay was able to find me because how I did at state. And then they looked at my Instagram and they were able to find me on social media and see more about, okay, like, yeah, she's fit, she's a real person, all that. And so it's crazy the way they found me because lots of people, you're actively trying to get recruited. I didn't reach out to them. They actually reached out to me. And at
Right.
the time, I was kind of like, no, that's not it for me. I actually wanted to go to Tennessee Tech, which is in Cookeville, Tennessee. And
Right.
for those who don't know anything about Tennessee Tech, it's a small school with nothing there. However, they do have the world's largest CrossFit gym 5 minutes away from campus.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's why. Okay.
Yeah, as the CrossFit fanatic I was, yeah, that's the reason to go. And but then I became burnt out from CrossFit my senior year. So I said, be a Division 1 athlete or go to school and lose money paying for CrossFit. It sounded cooler to be a Division 1 athlete. And
Sure.
so as I transitioned into Austin Peay, that was a big eye opener for me because I was learning all these things that I didn't know what to expect. It was the only school, those were the only 2 schools I visited. I never went to any other school because I was so set on the CrossFit mindset that I was like, okay, everything was just happening really last minute. Went through the school, honestly was not the best fit for me. I had a really hard time at Austin Peay.
Wow.
My coach was not the best coach. He's Jamaican, which he told me meant track and field's everything where he's from. So I'm like, okay, cool. However, he did have a military background. So everything you did had to be perfect.
Sure did. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is really rough when he's coaching 2 freshman girls who are learning a bunch of new events. So
Right.
not only am I I only knew shot put. Now I'm learning hammer throw, weight throw, discus, javelin, and he changed my shot put technique. And the hard thing about that was I remember him telling me, "Well, you can't ask me questions because that's disrespectful." Well, how am I
Wow.
supposed to learn if I can't ask you questions?
Right.
So it became really toxic very fast, but I thought that was the normal. because I've never been to any other school. I've never talked to any other coach. So I thought, okay, this is what it's going to have to be like. So I really just dealt with that for the whole year. I didn't know I was good enough to transfer because I didn't know what good was for college level. I found out later I was good enough to transfer. I just didn't know that. So I stuck
Sure.
through the whole. And at the end of the year, after my coaches meeting, I remember just sitting down and asking God, I was like, God, like if you want me to stay here, give me a sign. Or if you want me to leave, give me a sign. 2 hours later, I get a call from my head coach. Hey, your throws coach just quit. I think it would be in your best interest to enter the transfer portal. Okay, that's my sign. That's my sign to go. I packed up all
I
my
feel
stuff.
it.
I
I
threw it
feel
in
it.
my car.
Okay. Okay.
I was like, if that's not a sign, I don't know what is. And
Mm. Wow.
so I packed up all my stuff. I left at the time. This is late May.
Okay.
For track and field, I realized later I only had 2 weeks left in the transfer portal. I entered the portal. Most people enter the portal in January, February.
Sure.
I was in
Sure.
it late May. So that meant most scholarships were given out already. Most rosters were already full. And I was applying to every single school I could think of. Duke, Kennesaw, Tennessee. And I had a friend who goes to Belmont. She was like, hey, you should apply here. Why not? I'm applying to every school I can think of. So I
Sure.
applied to Belmont, and I really like the coach. I really like the team. I want to work in sports with Sports City, Nashville Predators, Tennessee Titans, Nashville Sounds. Doesn't even touch the entertainment side of it, too. So I just thought
Right.
it would be a great fit. And so I went to Belmont now for my sophomore year, and I really loved it here. It's been a really good transition. And now I just finished my sophomore year. I'm going to be a rising junior this next semester.
I love it. I do. I'm doing on here with Sabrina Oostberg. Hold on. Did I say it right?
Oostburg.
Oostberg.
Oostburg.
Oostberg. Sabrina Oostberg here, collegiate athlete on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. I'm so sorry about that. I love that. I love the fact that you had that journey, right? Everybody has to face some kind of adversity in their life, right? Whether it's family, friends, sport coaches, whatever. But you made decisive decisions as well to better your career, to better your future. And, looking at some of your stats, you had some top tens this year that was really good. And I saw that I believe you had fourth in the hammer throw. If I'm not mistaken, that was your best, which I don't even know what a hammer throw is. I'd heard of discus, I've heard of shot put, I'd never heard of hammer throw. So explain to me what hammer throw is.
Hammer throw. Do you know what a shot put is?
Yes.
The shot put 8 pound metal ball. Think of that with a long metal wire attached to it, and you spin it in a circle.
Oh,
That's
wow.
hammer throw. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I believe you got fourth in that, which was very good, and that's something. I know your last event was May 10th. It was at the MVC, the championships, if I'm not mistaken. Just doing a
Correct.
little bit of research of what I do, and that was your last competition of the season. I want to ask you some favorite questions. Okay, so I'm going to ask you some favorite
Cool.
questions. You just give me the 411 off the rip based upon these questions. Are you with me?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Favorite meal you like to cook?
This sounds really basic. Currently, I'm doing bodybuilding for the summer, and my coach, she wrote my meal plan. For breakfast, I eat 4 eggs scrambled, and I put like the tahini seasoning on it
Mhm.
with 2 pieces of turkey bacon and 2 pieces of toast. My favorite meal, hands down.
Okay, I'm with you on that. That sounds like a damn good meal. I mean, to be honest with you, I like that. 4 eggs. Wow. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't know if I can do four, but I certainly can do two. That's for sure. But that sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Okay.
gotta get
Favorite
that
con
protein in, man.
I know you definitely need that. You're getting a lot of protein with 4 eggs. No question about that. Favorite concert you've ever attended?
Oh, easy. Vance Joy. I saw him last September in Nashville. He is my favorite artist. And Riptide. Oh, lady, take me down to the Riptide. That one, that's my favorite song ever. So watching him in person live sing the song was just everything I needed in life. My life was complete in that moment. And
I
it
love
was
it.
it's
I
just
love it.
awesome. Yeah.
Okay. I'll be totally transparent with you. I don't know who Vance Joy is.
You don't know the song Riptide?
Mm-mm. I don't
He
know any
has
song
a
of it.
he has a lot of good hits from like 2010 to 2015. Look him up after this. Highly recommend.
Okay, Vance Joy. I
I'm
got
sure
you. All
you
right.
probably know a song or two.
I probably do. I just don't know who sung it. You know how sometimes you just hear songs and you know kind of like titles sometimes, but you don't know who the artist is? That's
Yeah,
probably my case for sure. Um,
yeah, because he's pretty popular.
Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Favorite place. I would say I recently went to Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah, and that was an experience. I've never been to there before. I was actually supposed to go to Wyoming, but we forgot to book another flight from Salt Lake City to Jackson, Wyoming. So we ended up, me and my friend, just staying there. And that was really cool because my friend is very interested in bobsled. And so she
Uh,
had us try out for the Team USA bobsled combine. And it was just a really good experience. We were in the mountains, the view was incredible, the food was amazing. We got to do that really cool event. So we had a 10 out of 10 experience there.
wow. So how did the tryout go for the bobsled?
I think it went good. I'm not sure how it went. How it works for USA bobsled is that you have a combine where you do all these different events. So 60-yard dash, how fast can you run it? How high can you jump? How far can you jump? How fast can you push a sled? You do all these metrics. And then they have a strength coach look over this at everyone who did this. It's the very beginner stage. And all the people that try out for that year, they look at them, okay, top 8 men and women are invited to like Placid in New York. This is the camp you want to be invited to because that's like the next stage.
Right.
Now, if you get invited there, they teach you the technique of bobsled, how to do sprint dynamics, all that stuff. And then you actually touch a bobsled. So you don't touch a bobsled till later, later, later. And
Wow.
then you go to competitions, you actually do it. Then based on that, you can make the national team. You do well on national team, then you can make the Olympic team. So I
Okay. I
just did the
like
very
that.
beginning combine. I don't even know if I made it to the camp, but it was just because it was my friend's birthday that day. That was the only birthday wish she requested was I did a tryout with her. So I said, cool, I'll do it with you.
That's pretty dope. I've never met anybody who's ever even went to a combine before, so that's pretty cool that
Yeah.
you did. Um, Favorite sport you like to watch on TV? Favorite sport you like to attend in person?
Favorite sport I like to watch is actually Olympic weightlifting. It's a very niche sport, but I think it's really fascinating to watch just these people lift up these incredible bars of steel over their head is amazing. In
Mm,
person, I would say maybe CrossFit.
wow.
Especially, have you ever heard of Grid League?
I have not. I have not. What's
So
that?
Grid League is CrossFit on steroids. It's a co-ed teams, men and women, and it's CrossFit designed to watch. So they do all these really cool moves. It's really fast paced and exciting. And it's just really fun to watch. So you're watching this and they're doing all these crazy movements, and it's just really cool to see these humans do really athletic things.
I love that. Okay. Okay. Last of the favorites. Favorite restaurant you like to eat at?
In and out. Love in
Wow,
and
that's
out.
California coming out of you right there. Okay,
Yeah.
in and out. Okay,
I
so
love a
what?
good burger.
Okay, so tell me, so because I'm a huge on In and Out as well. Obviously growing up in San Diego, I get the double double with the vanilla shake. What do you get?
I'm actually lactose intolerant, so I don't get a
Oh,
shake.
okay, no shake. So you
But I
probably just
still eat
do.
the cheeseburger. I'll take a pill for the cheeseburger, but I won't take it for the milkshake because those are just too concentrated. You don't want to be near me, man.
You said I love how you said, you know what, I'm gonna sacrifice this for the cheese on the burger. I'm not gonna have a burger without cheese. I understand that. I
Yeah.
totally get I totally get that. Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. That really is. So this next question has to do with what do you plan on doing after college? I know you said sports information director. Do you want to? So obviously you want to go and probably be with a school and overlook sports, if I'm not mistaken, right? No, that's not
No,
you. Break
no,
it down to me.
no.
What would you like?
Actually, So I want to work in sports in some capacity, whether that's communications, PR, social media, all that stuff. I'm still in my experimentation phase. As I
Okay.
mentioned before, I'm a rising junior. So I
Yeah.
have a lot of time still. So I'm just really trying to gain as much hands-on experience as I can to really see what I actually like. So I'm not
Okay.
saying I want to be this if I haven't even tried that yet. And so
Okay.
I'm keeping my options open. So somewhere in sports, work with a team. If not that, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So possibly just run my own business or two, and then work on sports on the side in some way.
I like that. I really do. That's pretty cool. Now, let's talk about mental health, right?
Yeah.
Mental health is very important for everybody, but especially athletes, right? You're going to school, you're taking classes, you're doing homework, but you also got this training regimen that you got to keep up with. You got to eat this, you got to eat that, you got to lift this, lift that to try to get on the type of schedule and regimen for yourself. But it's everybody has tough days, Sabrina. Everybody does, right? So how do you keep your mental health strong as a collegiate athlete, but also keep that school life and balance, right? Because money sometimes can be a little tight for school. So
Yeah.
how do you keep that balance of school life, social life, but also being a college athlete and not get burnt out?
I would say a lot of it comes down to my faith in God. That helps me a lot because knowing that you're grounded in something other than yourself just really gives you a lot of peace of mind. Other than that, just knowing what your priorities are. I start every day, I have a checklist. I'm like, okay, these are the top things I need to get done. So my
Okay,
days are completely planned. I know what I have to do every single day. That way I'm not just like, oh, and I have to do this. Wait a minute, I have to do that. Oh, I'm late to this. I have it planned out so that way I'm making sure I'm making the most out of every single day. With that, with the priorities, I'm learning how to be available for people.
okay.
The best way to make friends is to make yourself available or just to
Without
deepen the relationships around you. If you're constantly busy and making yourself busy, you're dissociating yourself with reality. And so just learning, okay, like if I'm doing something and someone's around me, it's like, hey, just putting that down and just taking a moment to be in their presence and be like, hey, like, how are you doing? Connecting with them more. And so
sure.
just taking moments like that and realizing that throughout your day.
I like that. I really do. If there was a person that came up to you, whether it's male or female, that says, you know what, I was doing sports in high school and I'm thinking about being a Division I collegiate athlete, thinking about going to college and being an athlete. What kind of advice would you give them on how to deal with things and on what to do as a collegiate athlete?
The number one advice I have is ask.
Mm,
Ask. And that comes in so many forms. The number one thing I struggle with is that a lack of information. I did not know at my previous school what a good range is for a shot put thrower, how good you have to be, what a normal coach is like. I had
hmm
lots of incidences where I didn't have anyone I could ask, but college athletes are so approachable. They're more than happy to help you out. We're not untouchable. We love when people come up to us like, hey, like, how'd you do this? Especially with this whole realm of NIL, everyone's asking, how do I make content? How do I do this? No one's gatekeeping right now. We all want to help each other out because that just makes the whole athlete community better as a whole. And so just ask people is a really good skill because if you're just keeping stuff to yourself, you're not learning anything. You're just stuck in where you are.
Absolutely. Facts. Big facts on that. What are some goals now that the season has kind of concluded and you are in the off season, even though you still kind of, what are some goals that you're coming into for next season? I know you keep a checklist, like you said. What's your
Yeah.
checklist of goals for being that coming into your junior season?
Yes. So this is just my second year of doing hammer throw. I've improved quite a lot and I've really taken a liking to it. I sprained my wrist last fall, so I really couldn't do much of shot put. And where I sprained my wrist was really tricky, so it took a while. I also had a long time where I thought I had a partial torn ACL, and I
Wow.
found out that was not right. So I had lots of knee problems last fall. And so I really couldn't train properly from August till December. I had knee problems that really stopped me from training. in the weight room, it was hard because I couldn't squat. I couldn't do anything with my legs. But then I sprained my wrist not too long after that. So then I had a sprained wrist and hurt knee. I didn't know what was
Wow.
going on with that. And
Right.
so training was really difficult. So now it's just, now I've done lots of PT, coming back and making sure I have this time to really hone in on my technique so that I actually could contribute that to later in the season. So now that I'm getting pretty well good in hammer throw, I'm hoping to be better so that now I could compete at these larger events, go to NCAA regionals, qualify and get score points, more points, especially in conference.
I love that. I do. And listen, I'm hoping and praying that, obviously you return back to as much 100% as you possibly can. Dealing with injuries is always tough. It is a part of sports, no doubt about it. But I'm sure when you get back out there 100%, you're going to be doing your thing. So no question about that. We made it to the portion of this or that, Sabrina. Okay, so this or that is throwing two things at you. Okay, and you get to choose one or the other. Are you with me?
Yes.
All right, here we go. This first one is important. Popeyes or KFC?
Can you say that one more time?
Oh, no, you're good. Popeyes or KFC?
Neither.
Neither. Oh,
Neither an option.
oh, man. Oh, you don't like Popeyes or KFC?
I don't really eat fast food unless
Okay.
it's in and out. There's
Oh,
exceptions to it, but I eat pretty clean.
okay. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
It's my
Okay.
stomach. Yeah.
Got you. Now, hold on. Now, being in the South, Chick-fil-A is a staple, as you probably know. People love them some Chick-fil-A. So I'm not sure if that's something that you also eat as well. Now, In-N-Out, yeah, In-N-Out is a California thing, that a West Coast thing. Nine
Yeah,
times
it's
out,
not in Tennessee at all.
no, that's not it. So I get you. I totally get you on that. Okay. So do you eat chicken wings?
No, I
So
don't
no
like the
chicken wings.
bones. I don't
Okay,
like the
don't like the
bones.
bone. Okay, okay, here we go. So let me switch up and throw this at you for this or that. Okay. I'm gonna throw some sports people at you, and you get to choose one or the other. Okay, LeBron James or Kobe Bryant.
LeBron James.
Okay, Peyton Manning or Tom Brady.
Peyton Manning. He
Okay.
actually has a mansion down the street from me. And where I
Oh,
live in Chattanooga, there's behind where I live, there's a whole forest, and then you have the golf course, and you have all these big houses. And he lives in the city where I live, so that's why I said Peyton Manning, because proximity.
absolutely. Okay, Messi or Ronaldo.
Messi.
Okay, I like that. Which sport would you rather play, badminton or bowling?
Bowling.
Are you a good bowler?
I mean, I'm pretty okay. I didn't
Oh,
know that bowling was a NCAA sport, though.
yeah,
Did you know
yeah,
that?
absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Vanderbilt has a whole facility for it. And I just met a girl who's a bowler the other day. I didn't even know that was a thing.
We might have to put that to the test next time I'm down there in Nashville, girl. We might have to. I love me some Nashville. Okay, we might have to put that to the test. All right, here we go. Next one for the this or that. Do you eat potato chips?
There's no this or that. It was just a yes or no.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Because that's why I asked. If you eat potato chips, do you eat that?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. The reason why I asked that is because I have four different categories of potato chips. So it's going to be this or that, right? You
Okay.
got
Yeah.
you got to choose one of them to get rid of. Okay? You can't eat
Cool.
this brand no more. So here we go. The first one is Doritos. The next one is Ruffles. The third one is Lay's. The last one is Pringles. Which potato chip are you getting rid of that you'll never eat again?
Ruffles.
Oh, Sabrina, oh my gosh. Ruffles? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh
Ruffles.
man.
I
Okay.
seriously just don't eat them.
I feel
I'm really big into Lay's or Miss Vicky's. Those are my
wow.
fave.
Wow. Okay. All right. I got you. I got you on that. These next four have to do with concerts, and it'll conclude to this or that. Concerts you rather attend. Okay. So here we go. Which concert would you rather go to, Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
Drake.
Okay, I like it.
I like the music. I'm not really fond of the person.
Got you. Okay. Which concert would you rather go to, Hillsong United or Chris Tomlin?
Hillsong.
Wow, that was quick. Okay,
I
here
don't
we
on
go.
tour anymore. So
I
to
got
see
you.
them would be really cool.
I got you. Okay. Which concert would you rather go to, Lecrae or KB?
Lecrae. I've already been to KB.
Okay. Got you. I like that. Which concert? Last one. Which concert would you rather go to? Would you rather go to a Luke Combs concert or Morgan Wallen?
I'd rather go to Mason Ramsey, honestly. You know
Why
the
you
yodeling kid?
you keep throwing options that's not options out there? What's going on, Sabrina? What's up? You gotta go with the options that we have. Luke Combs or Morgan Wallen. I don't even know who that person is.
Do you know the Walmart yodeling kid?
Mm-mm,
Oh
mm-mm.
my gosh, you have to look that up after this.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna do the reenactment, but I would say Morgan Wallen. I
Morgan
just don't know
Wallen.
their music too well because when you look at concerts, it's like, okay, which songs do you know more of? That's what I base it off of.
Sure. Okay. I would definitely look that person up after this for sure. So I got two people to look up. That's awesome. That's
Jason
fine.
Ramsey. Yeah.
Mason Ramsey. Okay, got you. Say less. Okay. If you wasn't involved in sports, uh, what career would you have pursued and why?
Career path or career.
Like career path or career like choice. If sports wasn't involved, track and field wasn't involved, fitness, none of that. What would you have pursued?
I really think still social media. I think it's fascinating how if you're not on social media, you don't exist these days. And it is a sad reality, but it's huge part because still, as I mentioned before, and I'm an entrepreneur at heart, so I would probably come up with some other business or work down that route. And when you're an entrepreneur, you need to wear many hats, and especially the number one skill you need to know is marketing and social media. Just one of those
I
two.
feel that. I feel that. Okay. What is some advice that someone has gave you that you hold on dearly to?
About anything?
Oh yeah, about life, sports, doesn't matter.
I really like this one quote from Winnie the Pooh. And I don't I I need to pull it up because I don't know it by heart. But
Okay,
let me read
okay,
it to you. Winnie
sure.
the Pooh.
Wow. I did. That is definitely a first
I
here.
don't know if you've heard it. Okay. Winnie the Pooh himself said this. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think.
Wow. That is
Just
definitely a first
and
here on the.
the
Go
reason
ahead.
I like this quote is because it's a
Mhm.
mindset quote. It's you versus you. You believe you can, you will. You don't believe you can, then you won't. I didn't
Mm.
realize Winnie the Pooh was spitting that many bars, but it's a really good quote. I used to have it on my wall when I
Oh,
was in middle school, and I would wake up and the first thing I saw in the morning were three quotes. That was one of them. And I would read them out loud to myself as mantras. And that really shaped my mindset. Because as you continue to feed yourself all this positivity, you begin to breathe and think positivity. And so that's why I have like just a dear connection to that because it really helped change my mindset to a more optimistic lens.
I feel that. I mean, like I said, that is a first here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. I have not had a Winnie the Pooh reference in any of my episodes, but that quote is very good. It's a very good quote. And it's believable, not just this in sports, it's in life in general. So I do like that very much. I'm a huge person as far as visiting new cities and stuff like that. When I go to Nashville, Broadway, especially Fifth and Broadway, if you understand that street where the Bridgestone Arena is, That street is busy.
Mhm.
That street is crazy. It's a lot of things going on there that's very good. Let me ask you, have you ever rode the bus? Do you know about the bus, the traveling bus, where you sit on the bus and it takes you on a tour of the city?
No, I have not.
Oh my goodness, you got to do that. Definitely got to do that. It's magical. You don't have to drink. People do drink sometimes, but you pedal. You pedal, and
I've
there's
seen
pedals.
those.
Oh, you've seen it, right?
I've
Okay.
seen
Oh,
them. Yeah.
yes, that's a bucket list thing. What about, have you been to the Ryman Auditorium or Grand Ole Opry? Have you been there?
Yes, I've been to the Ryman. I haven't been to the Grand Ole Opry yet.
Okay, got you. That's also some bucket list things too to do as well. This is some rapid fire questions. We got two more questions, but these are rapid fires. So first thing that comes to mind, I want you to answer it. Okay. So here we
Yeah,
go. Favorite color.
blue, like a
Okay.
medium blue.
A medium blue. Okay. Favorite restaurant.
There's this place here called 51st Deli. Incredible, immaculate.
Got you. Okay. Favorite board game.
Shoots and ladders.
Ooh, that's a throwback. Ooh, not many people
That
know
or
about that
Catan.
game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know about that. That or Catan. That's a really good game I like to play with my family.
Okay. Favorite card game.
Just a regular deck of cards, just playing war.
Oh wow. Okay, so you are competitive. You probably slam those cards down too. Right. I know it. I know war. Absolutely. Okay. So name me three albums, or if you can't name three albums that you would play with no skips. The B part of that is name me three songs that can stay on repeat. Either one of those.
Okay, so three songs that could stay on repeat. I have
Mm-hmm.
a habit of having a very addictive personality when it comes to music. So every week I have like a new favorite song that I'm just super obsessed with.
Okay.
One is Riptide by Vance Joy or any
Okay.
Vance Joy song. It's just really calming to me. Two is Good Day by Frank Ocean, or not Frank Ocean, my bad. Forrest Frank Forrest. One of the
Okay.
two. It's my good
Okay.
morning song. Right when I wake up in the morning, I play the song. He's like, "It's gonna be a good day." Yeah, it is.
Oh.
That is
Okay.
okay. In my third, and I would say is Lush Life by Zara Larson. It's a throwback. It's like a 2015 song, but it's really catchy. I like it. It has a pop upbeat.
I love that. Okay. Name me three I would say track and field places that was your favorite competing at.
Ole Miss, they're a huge throwing school, so they have really good throwing facilities and they make sure the throwers are on camera and we get TV time. The
Mm,
second place is Vanderbilt. I love their indoor and outdoor facility, especially since it's only 5 minutes away. That's always really nice.
mm,
And the third one I went to more recently in May is Indiana State. They have a really nice outdoor facility there. There's not a lot around the city, but they have a really good track.
yeah, Indiana State, not I'm not even sure what city that's in Indiana State. I forget, but yeah, I totally understand that. Okay. Last one for the rapid fire. If you had to choose one of your three events that you participate in, which one is your favorite? Shot put,
Hammer
weight
throw,
throw, hammer throw. Okay, got you.
hammer throw.
Okay, I like that. What is something, Sabrina, that you want to talk about that we have not discussed yet on this podcast episode before we conclude?
Follow me on my socials.
Yeah.
On my Instagram, Sabrina10_fit. Again, Sabrina10_fit. I have a link in my bio that attaches to all my other socials. But if you're another professional that wants to connect with me, I'm also very active on LinkedIn. Search up my name, Sabrina Oostberg. I'm on every single platform except for Twitter. So Threads, YouTube Shorts, Snapchat, TikTok, all that stuff. You can find it just by searching up my name.
Absolutely. I love that plug. I love it. Please follow this one here on social medias as she is going through her journey at Belmont, doing her thing in the track and field. This has been a wonderful, wonderful interview, getting to know you a little bit and knowing a little bit of your story of how you ended up in Belmont. I love talking to collegiate athletes, just college people in general. It's always been a pleasure. So thank you so much for coming on to my podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder. And I'm a new fan now and wish you nothing but the best in your junior season and off season. Please
Thank you.
don't be a stranger. Stay in touch.